Hello everyone, and welcome to a tutorial on how to set up JEF, the public testing, I guess. So we're gonna go quick in it. First, a disclaimer: this is very work in progress. Stuff will probably break. I'll show you a bit later on how you could try and fix it yourself, or just contact me in the mechanism server. Tag me or something. Alright, so first up, the mods you will need. There are 3 mods. The first one is the mechanism mod, of course, to create structures that you see here. The next one is computer craft tweak, which all of these mods will be linked down in the description for you to find. So yes, as you see up, cc tweaked will be used for the computer and sending stuff, also with the cable connections. Next up is also advanced peripherals, a mod you need to actually get the data from it. You only need those 3 mods, then you're set. Another thing to look out for is the Java version you have. If you look at the top right corner, I'm using Java 1.8 312 edition, 64 bits. It needs to be above 1.8.051. If it's 51 or under, you will have problems connecting to the server from your world. So yeah, that should be all the dependencies or stuff you need. All the connections when you connect stuff will be encrypted and secure, so no need to worry that someone will try and steal your control. The only thing is maybe if they directly go to your computer block and see your code or something, but yeah, alright, so to set it up, it's very easy. As you can see here, you will only need a advanced computer. You will need a Ender modem to send the signal. You will need a networking or a wired modem, sorry. You will also need a networking cable and then a peripheral proxy. And this setup is kind of the same on everyone, except for the actual thing it connects to. So you would place, as you see here, advanced computer, an Ender modem anywhere to its sides, a wired modem on it, then some networking cables. You would take your proxy, and if you see here, we are using a fission reactor logic adapter for this one. You need to put your proxy with the arrow straight against it, otherwise you'll have problems. So what you do is you just place that down. We'll do that, make sure it's connected good. You will make sure to shift and click there so the arrow points into it. You can place a wired modem, and this is the setup you'll use. A very important thing, don't miss this, right click so they turn red, these two. And that is the setup. You will replicate that system, as you can see. Over here, if we go to the boiler, it's the exact same thing, but we're using the boiler valve instead. And if we go to the turbine, we are using a turbine valve instead. But the setup is the same with the proxy, with the networking cable, the wired modem, the wireless modem, and the computer. That setup is always the same on every single thing you want to monitor. Same with the induction matrix. You want to do an induction port to send it. Alright, and once that is set up on all your stuff, you would want a so-called master computer. So what happens is all of those small computers will send their data to this central computer, which is then actually connected to the JEF servers and to your web browser. Alright, so that will be the end of the introduction. Alright, welcome back, and now we're going to show how to download and run the code necessary to connect to the servers. What we're going to do is we're going to download the Puppet code, as I call it, which will be used for all the computers connected to a machine. So not the main computer, that will run the master code, as I call it. So to download the Puppet code, or the listening code, you want to make sure that there's nothing in your system that could interfere at the moment. So just type ls, make sure there's nothing called, something similar that we're gonna do. So just make sure it's ROM. If you know what you're doing, there could be other stuff, but yeah. Anyway, after that, you want to write pastebin get the special code that will be down in the description. Make sure this is the Puppet code and not the master code, otherwise you'll have problems. and then you want to fill in startup.lua. The name will make sure that every time you start your world or server, this program will run. So you don't have to go manually to the computer and start it up. It's only now when we set it up. So when you click enter, it will connect and it download. Perfect. You will then just type out the name and click enter again. And you should see something like this. It will start printing values. If it's saying, as you saw before, updating value, that means that it is an old value, there's nothing stored yet, it will update this value. If it's updating ascending, it means that, oh, it's working good, it's trying to send out to the master computer. Alright, so you should see something like this, with an updated value here showing that it's fresh information, not old. This will be replicated, as I said, on all the other computers. You just type the same thing and you can see that I already have the program running over here. Alright. So once we're done with that, we're going to go to the master computer. And we're going to make sure, don't mind this, okay. This is kind of what it should look like. An empty computer, fresh one, nothing new, perfect. What you want to do is basically the same thing, but with a different code. And probably a different name if you don't want it to run automatically on startup. So what you want to do is paste bin, again, get the master code this time, not the puppet, and you want to call it whatever you want. If you want it to run automatically when you start the world, you can do startup.lua as we did before, but I'm gonna call it JEF because I want to start it when I want to start it. Yeah. Alright, so it should say success and downloaded, and then you simply run JEF, and what you should see now is it requesting a UID, and it's got one. This one is very important. This is the ID that will link your browser to your world. And this will be done every time you need to connect again, every session basically. So what you want to do is you want to copy that. I'm going to do that through here. And then we're going to head over to the web browser. So we'll see you there. Okay, welcome back. Now we're going to actually show how to use the ID you just got. So what you want to do is you want to paste and in here. What you could do yourself is there's no copy and paste function for you right now, so you'd have to type it in yourself. But once you've done that, you should just click submit, and you would, boom, get into your system with all the updates you want with your reactor, boiler, turbine, and induction matrix. You would also see on your, let's see if I can actually just drag it. I guess not. But on the Minecraft, you should also see on your main computer something called the rad instruction received. So yeah, that is the website. You can see all that kind of stuff. You can actually, if you start up your reactor, I will do it now. You can see the values change. If I do it, suddenly stuff like the temperature is rising very clearly, and I can just run scram, and it will shut it down, making it go back down again. Very useful, and this is how you do it. If something should break, my tip is to first try and just restart, is to first go back to the landing page like this, and then on your Minecraft, I will show you what to do. Yes, so when you're on your Minecraft world and something has gone wrong, you can't see your data or something, you can't connect, it's very simple. You can see that this is still running. We had some scram instruction and some requesting all data. So what you want to do is you want to hold down Control and T for about 2 seconds, and it will terminate the program, shutting it down. This will also mean that you won't be able to actually see the data now because it's offline. So you simply just run JEF again, and it will start a new session. I want to do some special thanks too for Shark and the Minecraft computer mod server on Discord. They've been very helpful with this, and a big shout out to them.